What jumps out at you?
Yeah, I mean, if there were any jitters or pre-concerns about supply, there's no evidence that there's any impact on the supply base at all. Really strong outperformance in the data center business. You also have to go to the outlook for the fiscal third quarter straight away. Revenue expected to be $16 billion, plus or minus 2%. The average analyst estimate for third quarter revenue was $12.51 billion. What we were worried about potentially was that there would be supply constraint in the quarter just gone, the fiscal second quarter, with sales deferred to the upcoming fiscal third quarter. No evidence of that at all. The data center number is pretty staggering on the top line, and the commentary from Jensen Huang exactly the same as it was last quarter. You guys were just talking about the risk that some of Nvidia's biggest customers become frenemies, that they start to compete with them. Well, the narrative that Jensen Huang paints is that it was the hyperscalers and enterprise companies that booked big business in the quarter just gone.
Ed, how about the share buybacks? They're approving an additional $25 billion in share repurchases here. In addition to the significant, by the way, the data center revenue here, not only was it a significant beat, it was also a jump to a record. How much is this share repurchase plan a signal for future capital return and appreciation?
It's an interesting use of capital. How many headlines have I come on the show and talked about Nvidia investing or co-investing in a private round in some of the large language model developers that they also hope to support as customers? On the cash dividend, the next quarterly payment's 4 cents per share, September 28th. But after a 220% run up in the stock year to date, and there are also cash improvements, it's an interesting use. Whether the street is going in aftermarket based on that, it's not as clear. I think a lot of emphasis is being put on the strength of that fiscal third quarter outlook.
And let me just make a correction. I, for some reason, said the revenue missed analyst estimates. It did not. It beat analyst estimates. So that is my fault here. In terms of second quarter revenue, clearly a beat, and the third quarter outlook also a beat as well. Ed, what are you expecting Jensen Huang to say, the CEO, in the earnings call? What is something that investors and analysts are really keyed up on?
Yeah, look, on the data center side, there is also a technology question that's going on, right? A lot of the emphasis of 2023 has been A100 and H100. Nvidia has continued to bring in new generations of technology, the latest of which is the GH200. It has a larger memory capacity than the existing GPUs that are AI focused. You were talking in your prior segment with Mandeep about some of the hyperscalers offering their own silicon, and I know that a lot of those hyperscalers go to their customers and talk about the cost and energy advantage. What we want to hear from Jensen Huang in the kind of forward-looking nature of his statements is when they upgrade their technology and technology cycles, do they see customers who may have been buying GPUs for some time want to convert to that next generation of tech? For me, that's really interesting. Do they continue to lead from a technology perspective in GPUs specifically in the best use case for AI?